Welcome to the 2025 Pantry Challenge. This is the challenge put out by Rivers Homestead. It is the hashtag #Threeriverschallenge, where you don't go to the grocery store in the month of January. I've already stated my rules in a previous video, and you can watch those in the link down below. This is the first 3 days. I decided to start it to have a video ready for the first Wednesday of the month. Wednesday is when I post these videos, and Sundays is when I post farm updates. So here's the first 3 days. Bell pepper, onion, jalapeno, and garlic. Chopped in the food processor jalapeno, so I'm gonna get 1 jalapeno's worth. I mashed it with a tenderizer. I want to make sure I don't get more than a jalapeno's worth because Derek doesn't like a lot of heat because he's weird. Chopped garlic, so we need to kind of defrost these. Oh, come on, hand. I got big hands. That is ripe. Okay. And 1 onion's worth. Walker! Why do you need to be right here when I'm in here? Okay, that's probably good. This is 2 pounds of ground moose, but you can use beef if you want, or elk, or whatever you have in your freezer. I had to turn the vent fan on for a while and it's pretty loud, so here's my garlic guy. I put all 4 cloves of garlic in there, and I had thawed it out a little bit more. My garlic never got a real good cure the year before, so I lost like half of my crop, so I just decided to skin it and put it in the freezer this year, and it's worked out perfect, especially with this little Dracula garlic crusher thing. Now, to ensure you have even more dishes, get a bowl and a slotted spoon and drain that meat into the bowl. This is bacon grease from our pigs. This is a tablespoon. I don't think I need that much. This is the jalapeno and onion. Oh my. Because this is cast iron, I'm going to turn that down. Oh, that bacon grease smells good. Okay, and then we're going to add a whole poblano. I thawed that. And then a bell pepper. This is probably over a whole bell pepper, but I don't remember. Oh, that's a lot of juice. Oh well. We're just gonna add the whole thing. And I'm gonna cook this and then add the garlic. It says cook until it's about to brown. I'm gonna take a little bit of this liquid out. Oops. And then supposed to put a pinch of salt. just do this. That's good I did that. So a pinch. And a pinch of pepper, which to me is a lot more than people say. 2 teaspoons of cumin. And a tablespoon of chili powder. I'm gonna add my garlic. Come on, garlic dude. I would cook that for a minute. Okay, my diced tomatoes. Get those opened up. Add my tomatoes. I'm gonna turn this down. Looks beautiful. So this is beef broth, 2 cups worth. I'm just gonna do it like that. Homemade. Buy my herbs. I'm just gonna use half of that, which is probably that right there, and then we'll use that for something else. And then tomato paste. I'm gonna use 2 tablespoons of it. And then my beans, I need to get drained and rinsed wherever the edge of that is. Here's my beans. So pretty. Okay, and then we add the meat in. I'm gonna probably vacuum seal at least half of this, if not 3/4, so I can make 4 meals out of it. 20 minutes at a simmer, and I'll get cleaned up. That is 20 minutes. It absorbed most of the liquid. Should be good and flavored. I'm just gonna make half of the masa topping, and then after we get the other half out of the freezer, then I'll make the topping for that, because I don't know if it'll freeze well. And then I'm missing footage, so I combined the masa with chicken broth. Then it says in a mixer to put half a tablespoon of kosher salt, half a tablespoon of baking powder, no, the tamale pie, and 4 tablespoons of butter. My husband smelled the tomatoes, so he thought I was making spaghetti. Okay, and then I have to do 1/4 and an 1/8 of shortening. This is lard from the fridge, so I don't know how well. Oh, it's gonna work pretty good. This is from our pigs. Okay, that'll work. So we'll see. There we go. Just beat the crap out of it. Now add the masa mixture. in 3 editions. So and then you refrigerate that while you make the filling, but I'm just going to refrigerate it till I'm ready to use it. It says to take half, well, more than half of the masa mix. I probably should have buttered my fingers anyway. I don't think I've ever had it into a complete pie. I think it's always been like a topping. I may have to get in there with my hands. This is a lot of filling. I'm thinking I might do these in thirds. This is a lot. And here's what it looked like after it was baked. I included this in here even though it was disgusting because I want to be honest. We both had 2 bites just to make sure we didn't like the first one. I think the topping made it bad. So maybe my masa's old or the lard wasn't good in it. I don't know. Maybe try her other recipe. She has one with cornbread mix. This was a late night because we had been organizing the garage. I'm very proud of my husband for doing some kind of organizing thing. And we needed something quick and easy. This was a staple growing up. I have the stuff in my freezer and my pantry, so I'm making it. I don't care who you are. Sometimes you need something quick, and sometimes it's a help from the grocery store. And you can't make this meal without some good old mac and cheese. And yes, it's from a box. I started off by boiling water for that mac and cheese. This is just smoked sausage that I thawed. We used to call it 𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐞 sausage in barbecue sauce. And we always had mac and cheese and peas with it. So that's what I make. My husband does not like peas, so I make my own peas. If you've ever been to Spring Creek Barbecue, or I'm sure all the barbecue places, they cut all the sausage at an angle or on the bias if you want to be all fancy foodie. Anyway, that's what I try to do just to increase the surface area there. But I cut those in about 1/4 inch little discs. There we go. And then turn that on about medium high. If you have homemade, that's fine. I don't, but barbecue sauce. I'll probably put in a 1/4 cup of barbecue sauce, just covering all of the little discs in there. Just eyeball it. I have peas that only I eat, so they're in a little bag. I just add those peas to a microwave safe bowl, float them in some water, add some salt and pepper, and I microwave them for about 2 minutes. And with that, you have a delectable homestead meal. There was nothing homestead about it. A few years ago, I found a use for these little cast iron pans that you'd get like a brownie mix or cookie mix in. They're pretty worthless other than cooking eggs like for a sandwich. I'm going to heat that pan up first on medium high and add some bacon grease. Wouldn't be a meal with 3 dogs if it didn't have dog hair in it. Just enough so the eggs don't stick. bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and this is heated up, so I'm going to turn it to medium low. It's smoking pretty good. Give this a little bit of a scramble. You don't have to do that. Yeah, pretty hot. Oh man, I'm gonna actually take it off for a minute. Usually I don't heat it up for that long. And our breakfast links were cooked 2 days ago. They come in, there's a lot in each package because we were trying to think of like family sizes, and it's just the 2 of us. So I'm gonna put these in the microwave for about 45 seconds, 2 of them. Stopped at 7 seconds shy. This is provolone cheese. I'm just gonna melt over the top and probably turn the heat off because that egg's cooked. I'm gonna burn my fingers and cut these lengthwise. It's cold in here, so I can't feel that. My dog's tearing up a box in the background, but it keeps him occupied. He's a puppy. Grab my toast. I have a little pot holder for this handle, but again, it's cold, so I can't feel that. Cook your egg to your liking, and there we go. We're having chicken fried steak. We weren't sure how many steaks were in each one, so my husband got a second one out to thaw, and there were 4 in each package because I guess it just added up to a pound. So the next night we had cube steak in a different recipe. I had a few potatoes that needed to be used up, so you can't have chicken fried steak without mashed potatoes, and that's what I made. A lot of this is by eye, so we're just gonna do this much flour, that much flour, and then panko, that much right there. Nope. Yep, that much. And then pepper. I like pepper. Don't tell Derek. Salt. And some paprika. Oh, that looks good. I learned this recipe growing up because I'm a Texan. My mom didn't put panko in it though. I don't think they had those available back then. I'm just going to see if we can get away with 1 egg since the chickens aren't laying good. I'm going to water it some. Just a splash. And then I'm going to also put nothing. Pepper came out really fast. I was actually going to make this a couple nights ago, or last night, but we got so much rain that the septic filled up, and we didn't want to put any more water in it by having like some kind of raw meat, so we had something already made and simple. But this probably isn't in order, so I'm not going to tell you what it was because I don't. Oh, there's more than 2 in here. So these are probably by the pound. I'll just make 3. Oh! Oh my, there's no way either one of us is going to eat more than one of these. Just a little wet still. I'm going to, or frozen. I'm going to use my hands just a little bit to mash this out to even. I'm going to salt and pepper. Add a pepper. Oh, that'll be mine. I'll just pat that in. Okay, that one's mine too. Let's just do this. You know what? I'll just slap it on the other one. Okay, we're just going to take this one and do that. So much for washing my hands. There, now both sides are done. I was taught to use a fork to check the potatoes. If it cuts it easy, then they're done. I'm preheating my oven to 350, and while I do that, I'm going to heat up just a little bit of oil just to get them going, because if you just bake them, it's not going to, I don't know, it's never worked for me if I just bake them. Okay, now to dip these steaks. I always try to do a wet hand and a dry hand, and I never do it right, as I'm about to show right here. Dip it in the egg mixture, and then in the flour mixture, and then back in the egg, back in the flour. And then you take it and go over to your skillet, put it in there. I always test it with a piece of flour to see if it starts bubbling first, and then it's safe to put it in there. I always try to get the little crunchies off my fingers so it'll make a crunchy spot. But you want to wait till it's golden brown, or maybe a little browner than that on each side. I always like to use a fork to flip them because the tongs usually mess up the breading, and we don't want that. But that's the kind of brown you want there. Not that one, but I'll flip it back. Meanwhile, the taters are done, and I need to get them drained. I transferred the steaks to a wire rack on a cookie sheet, and I put it in a 350-degree oven for probably 15 minutes. It was plenty done by then. And now on to the mashed taters. I've learned this from watching my mom do it growing up, and you just kind of adjust as you taste. So we had half and half in the fridge that needed to be used, and I'm using that instead of milk, so therefore I put a little less butter in there. And then we mash. And on to the cream gravy. This is a homemade gravy mix. I have the recipe. I'll have to get it to y'all in the description below. In order to make it, you melt 3 tablespoons of butter. And then add 3 tablespoons of your gravy mix and whisk that in and cook it for about a minute to cook out that flour taste. And then slowly add a cup of water, whisking the whole time. And this gravy was thick the whole time, so I didn't have to wait long, but just keep whisking until it gets thickened. Okay, there's them out of here. Normally I make green beans with this, but I was focused on filming, so I forgot. Okay, that was the first 3 days. I forgot to explain that most of the time we don't eat lunch. We just kind of snack at the barn, so we have a bunch of snack things, or make sandwiches and take them to the farm. We're not the greatest at eating breakfast either, but a lot of times if I cook a big thing of sausage or something like that, we eat on it for a few days. I'm not going to film us having toast or something like that, so that's why it's mainly going to be dinners and maybe a few breakfasts in there. Thanks for hanging out with us, and make sure you're subscribed so you can see my farm updates on Sunday, and I'll see you then. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe. I upload most Sundays, and you can keep watching us grow our farm. Have a good one.